Hey y'all, Danny Moon here. Call me what you want, as long as it's respectful. I really should have did this video yesterday, when I do the week coming up, but my life is crazy. Just like yours, okay? So, Spirit, I didn't even call Spirit in. Let's do that now. Spirit, thank you so much. I ask you to please come in so that we could give the collective accurate messages for the week. Monday, today to next Monday, please. I asked my guardian angel to come in to open up my chakras so I could hear clearly and get accurate messages for the collective. In Jesus' name, amen. So more to be, so more to be, so more to be. Rock the boat. That's the first thing when I think of my intuition, I think of like a boat on the sea. And if the boat is rocky, that means the energy is rocky, either in a relationship, within a friendship, a family ship. Something is rocky in a relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Something is rocky. It could even be the mind is like rocky. 1 minute you're happy, 1 minute you're sad. And just now, that's what I'm getting. I see now they're telling me clear skies. So I don't know what this is about, but I heard rock the boat, rock the boat. Spirit, can you cleanse the energy in here, please? And thank you, thank you, thank you. And my cards, I'm using this new deck. Is called Out of Hand. Whew. All right. What did I get? I feel like, and this is for, I'm asking you all to please listen to the end. This is for the collective. I'm just pulling the energy of what is collectively happening, the thoughts, the energy, the feeling. Um, they're giving me the word emotions. So there's some type of emotions going on. Maybe that could uh listen to the end, because not every message is for you. So the rock the boat and emotions could be intertwined. I do feel like there's going to be talks. There is talks of divorce. It doesn't have to be for you. It could be for a friend or someone you know. God forbid, I don't want anyone to get a divorce. And I do see like a chain, and I see like tug of war. I don't know what that can mean. I feel like I know what that could mean. Tug of war. This is yours. That's mine. That's mine. This is yours. Something like that. Oh, they did give me something about talks about moving. Or you could be in the middle of moving, or maybe you know where you want to go. I don't know, but something about moving. Spirit, talk to me. Monday to Monday, today to Monday, today to next Monday. I'm just jumping right in with the tarot, y'all. Let's see what comes out. And this is the Hanged One in reverse. The Hanged One upright is like feeling stuck on a tree, feeling stuck in a place, feeling stuck with a person. But when it comes in reverse, there could be some ideas of how to get out of something. Untying yourself to someone, untying yourself to somebody or something, a place, person, something like that. The Hermit. The Hermit is about guidance. The Hermit is about seclusion, solitude. It doesn't always mean sad. It just means a change. Things in your life is changing. I feel like you could be losing weight. And I know that's like totally left field, but that's what they give me. You could be journaling more, writing more. And that is why part of you feels unstuck. That's why this came out in reverse. Part of you feels liberated, uh, unchained. I feel like you're walking towards your happiness somewhere for some of you. I want all of us to be walking towards our happiness, but I do want to tell somebody or many of you or all of us that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So if you're going through something, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm seeing the beach. Like I'm looking at this in reverse and I'm seeing and feeling the beach relaxation. You might have a beach house or know someone who has a beach house and stays, and maybe you're planning for that or something like that. Ooh, ooh. They're giving me the word gesture, so somebody could have gave like a nice gesture to someone. Something about a gesture. Spirit, I'm getting the name Justin. And the number 2. Anything else for this week? Monday to Monday. Ooh, thank you. 2 cards came out together. The Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is like something being over. And this is what I mean. Walking towards your happiness. Leaving the old you behind. Doing something new. Having creative ideas. Really like walking in your purpose. Even if it's small steps. I feel like you're not in that hangman position anymore. You're not stuck anymore. Or at least part of you. Or your mind, part of your mind is like getting unstuck, transformation, moving towards growth. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. Ten of Swords is something's over with. Something's over with. It doesn't have to be a relationship. Like I said, it could be the old you moving to something new. I feel new. I feel I don't want to say it. Maybe a renewal is better than new. Like renewal, recharged, energized. And it came out with the Judgment card, and this is exactly what I say. The Ten of Swords is about getting rid of the oldness. The Ten of Swords is about decluttering. The Ten of Swords is like the old you is dying off. With the Judgment card, it's like you found your purpose. You found a new thing. It could be a new career. It could be a new home. It's like you hear the call. You hear the call. You might be getting a new tattoo or wanting a tattoo. I'm just looking at the card. You might want a tattoo or getting a new tattoo, talking about getting a new tattoo. You might have played in the band when you was younger and in high school or junior high school. You might like jazz music. You might be in the music industry. You might love music. What else? So this week, y'all, I feel like there's some type of liberation. There's some type of woosah. There's some type of happiness, freedom, something that's gonna be felt. I feel like this week you're going to be being led by spirit. I feel like there's going to be journaling. There's going to be manifestation. There's going to be energy workings, magic. Sorry. Sometimes I have to woosah. Sometimes I don't like using the word magic because people will think that's like woo woo. Magic is just another word for energy. We are all energy. You know what I mean? So in these 4 cards right here, I feel renewal, recharging. I feel like the energy is moving. That is better to say. A shift, something like a mind shift, a shift, like decisions are going to be made this week. Yes, I love it. And I don't know if this is spirit giving this to me, which it probably is, but something about taxes, y'all. April 15th is the deadline. You might have to ask for an extension. You might have to do your taxes. You might be waiting on your taxes, whatever. I don't want to say save your money, but I want you to budget your money correctly. And I want you to break it up. I want you to put some under your mattress, put some in your drawer, forget about it. I want you to open up a little savings account. Then I want you to pay bills, break it up, and save some. I always tell people you should save for a goal. You know what I mean? Can't take it with you. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I feel prayer, like, and I don't want to say intense prayer, but I think spirit just wants you to know that they hear you. They hear you. They hear your gratitude. I feel like you have been giving up. You have been sacrificing, giving up something, to dedicate your. I feel like I'm all over the place. Woo. I feel like what I'm trying to say is that this week, and it could have been last week too, y'all. I just feel like a dedication to your spirituality. Sorry, I'm listening to my brother. Um, what else this week, Spirit? I feel like somebody could make candles, or you made a candle or something like that. If so, that just means this reading is for you. Um, Wheel of Fortune. I love this. This is like your destiny. Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you could have been at a crossroads, but you did a U-turn. You see that? Okay. I feel like you are now on the right path. Even if you don't know it. Even if you're listening to this reading like, what? This week, you're going to have unexpected blessings. Okay. Even if they're small. I'm telling you, you're going to do that U-turn. You come. And you see the compass? This is like spirit. This is like the hermit card. This is like, even though this is the wheel of fortune, the compass is like you being led. Spirit is leading you. Even it's your ideas. You feel spirit is leading you. Go with the lead. Okay. Keep being led. Be guided. I love it. Spirit. I do feel a change in direction, some type of change in direction. And I feel like that's because of the decisions you're going to make. I feel like that's because of this U-turn you're going to make. They're giving me the word. First, I heard unworried, and then I heard unbothered. So maybe this week, your worriedness is going to come down because you're going to get some good news or some clarity, or you're just going to be feeling good about yourself and the decisions you make. Maybe it's just going to be that, okay? And you're just going to be unbothered, unworried. I love that. Spirit, anything else this week? We have the Page of Wands, and it kind of came out in reverse like this. The Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, remember, all the pages in a tarot deck is young. Either young-minded, young age, spontaneous, youngness. That's not bad. We was all young at some point. The Page of Wands is like passion. Wands is passion, something that you are passionate about, something you are desiring, but it's still small. You don't know, okay? And it came in reverse. So what I'm trying to tell you with that is, don't dim your light. Don't have an idea and say, nah, I don't want to do that, or I can't do that, or I can't do that now. Don't use the word can't. Don't think you can't do something. All right? There might be delays this week or whatever. Just keep going. So far, so good. This reading is good, y'all. Okay? I just feel like this Page of Wands in reverse is just like a setback or a delay or something. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It doesn't mean you're not going to act on your passion. It doesn't mean you're not going to turn your little passion into a big passion. I'm getting Scorpio vibes off of that. My Scorpios, they can turn a penny into $1,000,000. Okay? Okay, Scorpios? All right. Spirit, talk to me. You see the skating, you might want to go skating, or you might want to be adventurous or do something like, you might want to this week get back to your childhood and do something adventurous or fun. Swimming, you might go swimming, or taking up swimming lessons, or put your kids in swimming lessons or something like that. Spirit, talk to me. choking. I'm getting like something choking. So make sure you chew your food slowly, drink your water, don't be in a rush. Something about choking. You could be choking on your words and not know what to say this week. Take your time. Think about what you say before you say it. Spirit, what else this week? The Five of Wands and the Hierophant. The Five of Wands and the Hierophant. Remember when I started this reading, I said I hear talks of divorce. This is exactly what divorce is. The Five of Wands is conflict with people at job, um, uh, conflict of the mind, arguing, angry, people and people's energy. And then the Hierophant is my marriage card. So, and don't get me wrong, the Five of Wands is more than conflict. It could be, I feel like a buildup. Like it could be a buildup of some kind of, like, maybe you're holding something in and it's building up, and it could be within a group of people. I feel like this could be a meeting, and like a meeting of the minds, and people don't agree. This could be just a conflict with someone who you're not talking to or you're arguing with. The Hierophant is my teacher card, like my facilitator card. You could be a teacher, you could be going to school or something like that, learning something. Um, Again, it's also my marriage card. And when I say marriage, it's, to me, a marriage could be anything over 7 years. If you're, common law or something like that, marriage, you could be together for a long time. This is also giving me budgeting and billing. You see the receipts and the writing down, like I said, with the taxes, or just your regular budget. Feel like this week that's something that you need to dive into. I feel like your finances could be chaotic. Your finances could be building. And I don't mean it could be like bill on top of bill on top of bill on top of bill or something, and you're trying to figure something out. Write them down this week. Please come back to the video like towards the end of the week to let me know. So keep this in your archives. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is about walking away from something. Remember how I said in the beginning of this video, this feels like a renewal, a transition, a shift. So I do feel like you could be making lots of decisions, and that could be of washing your hands of something, of someone, moving to a different state, getting a new career, new person, starting over. Um, Even starting over with your diet, they're giving me, like, because I'm looking at this, look like peaches or apples or something, like starting new again. I love that. I did a 3-minute video today, was it today or yesterday, about going back to the gym. I fell off, I gained some weight, and I'm right back at it. So that's what you got to do. You just got to get right back at it, and you just got to leave what's ever not serving you, you know what I mean? If you don't eat meat or cakes or whatever, start anew. This week you're going to start anew, not just on your diet, on something in life. This is going to, I feel, storytelling. I feel like you might be a writer. I feel like you're starting something new. I feel like you're getting something out, regurgitating. You might see a therapist. You might want to see a therapist. Spirit, what else? Something, I think I said this to someone, maybe something about the ancestors are here. You might have an ancestral altar. You might give homage to your ancestors. I love that. Call your ancestors in. They will guide you. They will help you. But also leave like a cup of brandy out for your ancestors. Leave a cigar out, maybe even a cigarette out. You know what I mean? Leave some. I don't want to say food, but leave maybe a fruit out for them. You know what I mean? Give back to your ancestors. You can even dig up some dirt, and you know what I mean, and put some soil on your altar. Spirit, anything else? They're giving me something about a cleanse. You could be doing an egg cleanse. Something about down there, like your poom poom. Might need to extra cleanse it, or you might be douching. You might have yeast infections. You might need a cleanse down there. I'm sorry if that's too graphic for you, y'all. I'm just saying they're giving me something about a cleanse. Spirit, anything else? What's this Wheel of Fortune? Under this Wheel of Fortune. What's up? What's under this Wheel of Fortune for this week? The Two of Swords. And I like this. The Two of Swords in reverse. The Two of Swords upright is like, I call it like my petty card. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. Nah, I'm not talking about it. I'm staying in this energy. I'm staying in it. Nope, nope, nope. That really won't get you far by staying. That's why I call it my petty card. Okay. But you know what? Some people need to stay in that energy until they figure out the lesson behind it. Until they can see, I can see clearly now, the is gone. You know what I mean? So when the Two of Swords come out in reverse, that means you took the blinders off. You're ready to talk. You're ready to take that leap of faith. You're ready to walk across that bridge. You're ready to sit down and communicate. You're ready to change things. You made some decisions. I love that. The fear is starting to subside. I love that. Or the anger is starting to subside. What is that saying? I'll forgive, but I won't forget. Something. I feel like somebody might be saying that. I'll forgive, but I ain't gonna forget. Which is fine. Which is fine. I'm not even. I ain't even mad at you. I ain't even mad at you. Forgiveness is the biggest key. And sometimes it takes time for people, as myself, to get there. You know what I mean? So take as much time as you need to, but make sure that you are really like whatever the situation was, that you forgive, but you won't forget. Don't just suppress it. You want to release it. You want the forgiveness to be true from your heart. You know what I mean? Um, Somebody could be having a baby. So I'm feeling something about wallpaper, or not wallpaper. Yeah, wallpaper. I'm getting like redecorating like a baby's room, or a room. I'm getting like a baby. Somebody could be pregnant or having a baby soon, sometime in August. I feel like it could be, some could be a boy, some could be a girl, but the first thing I got was a boy. Spirit, talk to me. I'm getting the name Regina. 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 Could be Reggie. Ooh, thank you. This is the King of Wands. This is big passion. The King of Wands. Big passion, baby. Big passion. And that could be, see, remember I said somebody could be into music. You see the microphone? You could be in the music. That could be a passion. Maybe you, I don't know, you could be doing anything. King of Wands is somebody who knows their purpose, their passion. They're moving on it. King of Wands is like the entrepreneur of the group. King of Wands or King of Pentacles. Anything else for this week? Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is about watching your decisions. I didn't say don't make the decision. It's just look closely before you say yay, and before you sign on the dotted line, or before you say you want to go here, do this. just do your research, do your heavily extensive research on something. Okay, before you want to sit down and communicate, make sure you woosah, make sure that you are clear on what you want to say and do and how you want to move forward. Seven of Cups is about looking closely at all these cups. All of these cups ain't no good. You don't want to stick your hand in a cup and get bitten. You know what I'm saying? These cards are a little, I love them. They're just a little flimsy for me. A little flimsy. Uh, Something about dreams. You might be dreaming. Well, I say the same thing. All you could do is write it and write them down and try to decode them. And if you don't want to write them down, talk it into your phone, but really try to decode them. Like what's happening in your dream, what's important in your dream, what sticks out in your dreams. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell someone or a group of you to do the work on yourself, y'all. It can't always be someone else or everybody else. You got to do the work within. You got to see your own red flags. That used to be a big thing for me. It still is, you know what I mean? You have to do the work on yourself. Now, the beginning of this reading, I did feel a shift. I do feel freedom, liberation, sacrificing, doing the work on yourself. You know what I mean? But now down here, I feel like I need to tell somebody you need to do more of the work on you. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Don't ever, I feel like as much as we grow, as long as we grow, we're gonna always have to do the work on ourselves. Why do we get mad at this? Why are we mama's boys or mama's girls? What did our parents do to us? Why are we so triggered? Why are we angry? You got to ask yourself the hard questions. Oh, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about, some of you could read cups, like tea leaf cups. I love that. A lot of you are readers yourself. So a lot of you have, all of us have these abilities. All of us have these abilities. But I feel like with this card coming out, a lot of us or a lot of you guys utilize your abilities. I love that. They're giving me something about a trip around the world. I don't know. It's when spirit gives me, symbolizes something like that, that just means travel is coming up and travel is being talked about. St. Lucia, somebody could be going to St. Lucia or from St. Lucia. Astrology is coming up for me. Year of the dragon, year of the rat. But I'm seeing the dragon here. Big astrology. Like whoever's watching this who's into astrology, this reading is for you. Yeah. Four of Wands. I love that. Four of Wands is a new house, a new home, moving. I love that. Four of Wands is like a new start to something. Again, with the tattoos, you could be getting a tattoo, wanting a tattoo, something that's really tribal, I'm feeling. You could have had or want henna like on your hand or something like that. I'm getting the name Helen or Rachel, Elaine. I'm getting, I don't know if this is a name, Patterson. It could be a street name. It could be, I don't know, Patterson. It could, I don't, could be somebody's last name. I don't know. Patterson. What else, Spirit, this week? I feel like somebody could draw, like, and when Spirit shows me something like that, Spirit is just saying you need an outlet. Continue to draw, continue to create, okay? Whatever your creation is, your creation could be cooking, okay? Honey bunches of oats. You know what I mean? You could like cereal. Honey bunches of oats could be your favorite cereal. But Bunchy, you know I'm talking to you. Keep creating. Keep doing for others, but continue to do work on yourself, self love, self care. This week, this week is going to be really highlighting like what's for you. What are you doing to make you happy? And I'm getting the beach again. Something about the beach. You might want to go to the beach. The beach might just be your happy spot. I'm getting like Miranda or Melanie or a name that starts with an M. I'm getting like a shooting star or someone who looks at the stars again with the astrology. Um, but right now I'm just getting someone looking at the sky, looking at the stars. Um, I feel like spirit is also, besides that, I feel like spirit is also saying you are a star. You are a star. You have way more than just potential. You're really good at whatever you do, whether that's speaking, talking, poetry, writing, singing, dancing. You're really good at what you do. It's time for like a breakout or a breakthrough. Something's coming through. Something's coming through. All right, let me end that there. Well, how 32 minutes on the clock. I'm getting the name Stephanie. Stephanie. Uh, Look at that self-care deck. Let's see what comes out. Spirit, what do you want? What do you want them to know for this week? I see it. Thank you. We have pamper. Look at that. Pamper yourself. Take a spiritual bath. You know what I mean? Whatever pampering looks like to you, pamper yourself. Invitation. You might have an invitation to go out. Then go out. But you might get an invitation from yourself. Take yourself out. How about that? Okay. But I did say somebody could be having a baby shower or something. Some type of invite this week. Shine and look at the star. And look, shine your light. I cannot make this shit up. I can't make this shit up, y'all. Okay, spread your light, shine your light. Just continue to do what you're doing, but now step your game up. Step your game up. Okay, I feel like this week you're gonna step your game up in some form or fashion. Friend, reach out to a friend. Reach out to a friend. Maybe extend that invitation out to a friend. Maybe give a friend a listening ear. Mind. Remember, your mind is the strongest muscle in your body. So you have to continue to work on your mind, okay? And I did say something earlier about therapy. I feel like somebody needs to, something about the parents, something about like trauma, childhood trauma, you know what I mean? Yes, with the parents, but I'm feeling more with like something with a father, something that you got to dive into. And I'm not saying you have to do this week, but this might pop in your brain this week. Like, I'm like this because of my dad, or why did my dad abandon me, or why is my dad the way he is, or why is my mom like, or why are my parents, you know what I mean, this week. So when these things pop in your brain, just write it down, jot it down, and come back to it and write what you feel, regurgitate it, get it out your system. Sit still with yourself and you'll find the answers. Walk in the park. I'm getting a name that starts with a P. I want to say Penelope, but I don't think it's Penelope. But something that starts with a P. It could be Paul. Who knows? um, 35 minutes on the clock. Let's get these numbers out. Okay. What are the numbers for the week, Spirit? What are the numbers for the week? Definitely 2. That could be 22. That could be 2222. That could be 222. Whatever. But 2 is definitely a number for this week. 525. Reshape. That's just like that U-turn. Like there's something that you're going to reshape. You might have to go back to the drawing board and do some preparation or reshape something. Something is transforming and shifting. That is what the reshaping is about, okay? This week. Let's see it. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Potential. I love that. This is growth. Okay, so now the question is what are you going to do with the potential? You're going to sit on it? Are you going to sit on it? Infinity. 8. Infinity. I love that. Infinity, I said. Your name could be Imani. Something about a dress code. Changing your dress code, changing your wardrobe, changing your identity, changing something. You might have to get your ID, like your real ID again, something like that. 88 reward. These are the numbers. Don't look out for these numbers next week. These numbers will come to you, okay? 1221, that is my number 2. Symbiosis, merging with spirit. Merging with spirit. Sitting still. Having these ideas. 4-4. 4-4-4-4. Triumph this week. I told you, unexpected blessings, okay? All right, y'all. That's it for me. I'm out of here. 37 minutes on the clock. This week is going to be a good week. There might be a few challenges this week, but I don't think it's anything that you can't overcome, because I feel like this week is going to be about you. It's going to be about you. And now it depends on where you put that energy, though. So if I say this week is going to be about you, and you decide like you want to be angry and argue and fight because it's going to be about you, then that's what you're going to make it. Remember, you are an alchemist. You maneuver and change and move the energy the way you want it. But Spirit is telling you this week there will be a couple of challenges, but there will also be unexpected blessings. And Spirit is saying like there's a transition happening, there's a shift happening. They're saying like your dreams are really going to get brighter. You know what I mean? There's portals open everywhere too, y'all. So just know that the portals, and the portals are whatever you make them. Just know that you have a lot of protection around you. Okay. Luck. Look at that. 777 on the bottom of the deck. Play a number. All right. 2255. Okay. Self-love. It just doesn't end. It doesn't end. 222. Alignment. Look at that. It's 2-2 harmony. I gotta go, y'all. Spirit just be like, yep, I'm feeding you these messages. Okay, so this week is gonna be an awesome week, y'all. Okay, trust me. Please come back in the comments. Please subscribe and like and leave a comment, all of that good stuff. But please come back this week. Come back on Wednesday and be like, I had an unexpected blessing. I found $100. Somebody smiled at me. Somebody invited me somewhere. Like, I do. I feel like the 2020 bonds. Woo, I love that. So 2 and 8 is going to be this your numbers this week. Whew, let me go. Love you, because I could just go on and on and on and on and on. I do feel some names like Aaliyah or Alana or something is coming through right now. Um, you got this. I love you. This week is gonna be great.